Listen, guys, it's not good enough. It's just not good enough listening to this podcast and watching it once a week. You need more of this. You need me interacting with other people. You need me getting involved with other people. You need me getting involved with animals. That's what you need, and that's what you get on patreon.com/Sly Guy Podcast. I have a guest podcast every Friday with, you guessed it, a guest. As well as that, I've redone the Dog Walks with Davey podcast. It's back. Me and my dog, me and an animal, just pounding the streets, chatting shit, getting banged. That doesn't apply, but it's a good saying. It's there, as well as the weekly extra Sly Guy podcast. So if you want to support this podcast, we have a load of great guests coming up in the podcast. My special pillow talks over there, as well as all the back catalogue of 107 or something extra podcasts. There's 36 Dog Walks podcasts. There's a serial killing it series, which, by the way, here's an announcement, we're going to do that again, but in the flesh with guests and with a different format, because guess what, we give the people what they want. So if you want to be one of those people that are getting what they want, patreon.com/Sly Guy Podcast for as little as £2 a month. That's all, £2 a month. Not even a coffee, not even a biscuit. You'd probably just, Ben, what could you buy for £2?
Probably couldn't get a coffee for £2.
You wouldn't? You couldn't? You could only, you could be fucking, you'd be lucky to get a tea bag.
I get a Freddo.
Yeah, but I don't know. You might get a tea bagged for £2. That's about it. But what I know is you'll get something more enjoyable on your face than a tea bag if you go to patreon.com/Sly Guy Podcast now. The 10th of September 2022 is the day that I'm bringing my new show, Bits and Pieces, to the Ulster Hall. Last time we did the show with Pillow Talk, we packed the place out, we blew the roof off it. This time, we want to sell it out and we want to fucking obliterate it. We want to destroy the historic Ulster Hall. We want to raze it to the ground by bringing you one of the funniest stand-up shows I guarantee you'll see this year. Bits and Pieces is going to be my most funny and probably honest and silly show to date. I've got some new bits already for it and I'm very excited to show you it. So book your tickets right now at the Ulster Hall website or on Ticketmaster, or follow the links through my social media platforms as well. They're all in the bios. You know, that's what we do nowadays. So hey, link in bio, go to bio, buy a ticket. Go to the bio and bio the ticket. I'll see you there Saturday the 10th of September at the Ulster Hall. Don't be a fool. Come and see me. The Sly Guy Podcast is brought to you in association with the NI Takeaway Awards Best Burger Takeaway 2022. That's right, Phat Bastrd burger in the glorious kingdom of Bangor on the high street. You know it's the number one tasting meat that you're going to get in your mouth today, tomorrow, or the next day for that matter. It's Northern Ireland's best burger takeaway, and that's right, the number one burger takeaway is sponsoring the number one solo podcast in the country as well. Is it a match made in heaven? Yes. Or if you're like into rock and roll and prefer hell, hey, it's a match made in hell. How would you like to get your mouth around a fat bastard? How would you like to get your mouth around a cheesy fat bastard? How would you like to get your mouth around a porky fat bastard? Or if you're crazy for cock, you can stick that in your mouth as well. Only a Phat Bastrd burger. Check out their website, phatbastardburger.com, or if you want to ring them, pick up the phone and dial 07851 660 205 and say, listen, I want a Phat Bastrd burger right now. Now, what's better than getting a Phat Bastrd burger for full price, Ben? Do you know?
No, David.
Getting a Phat Bastrd burger for 20% off. That is right. If you use the code NI Best Burger 2022, that's, as you see below here, NI Best Burger 2022, you get 20% off your order, and that's up until the 13th of April. That is right, the 13th of April, you get 20% off with NI Best Burger. I'm telling you, do you want Wagyu beef with the most delicious flavour, the most delicious baps, the most delicious salad? And as well, that's not even mentioning the sides that they have at the Phat Bastrd burger too. Get there, tell them Davey sent you, check them out on social media at Phat Bastrd burger on Instagram or on Facebook at Bastrd burger, and it's Bastrd spelt without the second day. So check them out, tell them Davey sent you. You will not regret it. I say it's the best takeaway burger. The NI Takeaway Awards agrees with Davey. check them out. Fat Bastrd Burger. Here for you to fill your mouth full of fat meat. Ben, who's your number one bitch?
You?
Wrong. It's Modest Beer. And Modest Beer has been our number one bitch ride or dies from day one of the podcast. Modest Beer is an independent brewery originating right here in Hollywood County Down. They've got Pilsners, IPAs, Stouts, you name it. Modest will hook you up with it, because obviously they're not going to tell you how good they are because they're modest, but I'm not. I am a big, arrogant, gloating pig, and I'm telling you that Modest Beer is the beer for you. And if you don't believe me, try it. I've told you before, you need the taste in your mouth. You can hardly imagine the taste without actually putting something in your mouth. So what you need to do is go to their website, www.modestbeer.co.uk, find out where your nearest stockist is, order some beer, or order some of their delicious merch that they have now. Very simple branding, very sexy branding, very modest branding. Check them out on social media at Modest Beer on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. You won't regret it. Try it. Tell them I sent you. Let's get Modest Beer to make a Sly Guy beer. Let's put the pressure on them. Let's do it. And trust me, you'll not be disappointed, because Modest Beer is the best beer, not only in the country in my opinion, but in the world. And that's a damn fact. Enjoy the podcast.
I'm the Sly Guy.
Hello and welcome to the Sly Guy podcast with me. With me, Dave Elliott. I tried to be stupid there. I tried to be silly, and what I've ended up doing is I twisted my fingers around to make glasses, and when I twisted them around really quickly, I just punched both my eyeballs, and I really fucking regret doing that now. Ow! That was not the energy I need to bring to start off. I'm going to cry. Ben, can you edit out tears? Are there tears coming down my face?
No, you're grand. You're grand.
Oh my god, that was really sore. Do you ever just do stupid things and then instantly you do them? You'd be like, why have I done that? That was so fucking stupid. Now I'm sore. I'm going to look like I'm crying for the rest of this podcast. Eyes are the worst. Eye pain is the worst pain. Have you ever had eye pain before?
Yes.
And but I mean, is there a moment that springs to your mind? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Snake Rat Ben, have you had any moment where you've had pain in your eye before that you've gone, fuck me, that was really sore, and you worry? Because if your eye goes, you can't see anymore. Like, if your eye is damaged, you're fucked. It's not fun.
I have slammed them at the caravan before. That wasn't very pleasant.
I mean, that sounds really weak, and it doesn't sound like serious at all. It sounds like you're mocking me on my own podcast and taking the piss. Now, I'll tell you a moment where I thought my eye burst. How about that? Not to be dramatic, I thought my eye had burst, and I thought there I might have burst both my eyeballs. Thankfully I haven't, and I'm very tough. But there was a time when my first daughter Holly was probably about 1 year old. I lifted her out of the cot after a nap, and as I lifted her, she lifted her knees. So I lifted her and the knees went bam right in my eye. I obviously thought my eye was going to burst. I did what a natural person would do, and I just went and dropped her and then covered my eyes. So she fell, hit her head off the cot and fell face on the ground. But I mean, she tried to burst my eyes, so fuck her. And that just reminded me of that moment. So post-traumatic stress, burst eye, sore eyeball. What a start to the podcast. Welcome. How are we all? Hope you're all feeling better than I am now. I feel like I'm going to onset a bit of a headache there from punching myself in the eye. Hopefully it's not the case. Because I've you know what? Today's been a good day on the whole until I punched myself in the eyes there. I just want to point that out. It's been a good day. Guess what number of podcast this is I've done of the day, Ben? Have we guess?
3.
6. This is the 6th podcast I have done today. And you think a man would run out of things to say by the 6th podcast? No. If anything, I've too much to say. I'm an over-opinionated big twat, and it is what it is. So you can strap yourselves in, you can strap on, and you can just get ready to enjoy yourselves, because this is the 6th podcast for me. My mouth's dry already because all I've done today is talk, but it is what it is. And on the way here, I happened to notice it's election season again, and I don't know. Is there anyone you vote for, Ben? Are you an election guy, or is there any politicians you're like, oh, I must vote for them?
Not massively. Yeah, there's no one like I go out for purposely.
Yeah, because Arlene Foster's left the DUP. You're like, fuck that, she's gone.
May as well just pack it all in now, to be honest.
Exactly. but it's weird because, again, I don't know about you, but I judge people by how they look and their appearance on their posters. You know, like I look at them, I'm like, I'm not voting for this guy, and I backstory people. I look at them and be like, oh, he's not got his top button in, must be a paedophile, and therefore I'm not going to vote for him. You know, and there's people I see and be like, I just don't like. I look at people, I judge people on whether or not they would be good on the pints. Do you know what I mean? Whether I could sit and have a beer with them. And a lot of people, I'm not going to lie, in the Kingdom of North Down where I reside, I look at them and go like, you know what? You guys look like shit crack.
I just imagine you walking down the street with a wee scarf over, just looking at each one for stages. Just
I do. Like, there's one guy in North Down who's an independent, and for some reason, a blind freak wears glasses. No, but the glasses the guy wears, right? They look like they're drawn on. They're like artsy fartsy glasses. So when I first saw his poster, I was like, has someone defaced that? And then every poster, I'm like, either it's a really dedicated graffiti artist or defacer, or else the guy's just got really shit glasses. And I've got to the point, there's really shit glasses. Then there's a woman who, now this is the thing, right? And I know God forgive me for saying it, but this woman, her hairstyle, not good. Now I know people are like, oh my God, you're judging women on their appearance. Yeah, you know, I am. And especially when they're in the DUP, you know, I look at them and I'm like, you probably wouldn't be fun over a pint, you probably don't drink, and also have better hair on election day posters. Come on. There's one guy in particular that runs all the time in North Down, and every time he runs he gets like bottom the pile, but he's like, he looks like he's a member of a yacht club. He looks like he's very you know the man instantly. You know the man I'm thinking about.
Is he a conservative?
Certainly is. Yeah.
Because I have just looked them up, and I was about to say, can I say his name?
Yep.
Matthew Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Is that him?
I don't know if it is, but I mean,
Google Matthew Robinson, Conservative, North Down, and
Matthew
tell me he looks.
Robinson.
I think it is. He just looks like he smells of money.
Let me see. Oh yes, I mean, wow. The guy kind of looks like, who does he look like in these photos? You know what? To be fair, the guy's hair looks way better on his election posters than they do on Google image search, for sure, because it's wild. He's a good head of hair on him. And who does he reminds me of somebody. I don't want to say it's John Lennon, but it's somebody that he looks like when I keep flicking past. And I'm trying to see who it is he looks like. He shares a smile with somebody, and I can't finger who it is.
Somebody from like the 80s.
Yeah, but you know what? He looks like God love him. He runs every time in North Down. He always runs, and you know, he puts the effort in, and just never seems to get the vote. And I mean, probably because he's in the Conservatives. You know, that's probably, people are like, oh yeah, are we going to vote for the party who had parties? And now I'm sort of going back on myself here, because would I vote for people that look like it'd be great over pints? Hey Boris, absolutely. You know, we're in the middle of a pandemic. People can't watch their family being buried. Boris is on the fucking straw pedo and wickets in his back garden. You know, if anything, that's kind of fresh, but disrespectful, but fresh. And yeah, I think Matthew Robinson, you know, a big shout out to Matthew Robinson. He looks like he's a wealthy guy. He looks like the kind of guy that enjoys, he looks like he would drink a brandy whilst, you know, watching a regatta. He's that kind of guy.
He wouldn't be a stranger to a yacht club.
He would not be a stranger to a yacht club, and he likes a polo shirt. Definitely likes a polo shirt.
With the wee collars up at the weekend.
Collar up.
Collars up.
With a wee cricket jumper around the waist, for sure.
Pims in hand.
You know what? Listen, let's get him on the podcast for chat. Let's get him on. Forget politics. Matthew Robinson, come on.
I should be part of the circuit. Everybody should have to come on this show.
You know what? I would have people on. Someone said to me recently and asked, who would you most like to have as a guest in your podcast? And I did say your favourite politician, Arlene Foster. And people went, why would you want Arlene Foster in a podcast? And I said, I reckon I could have a good chat with her about not politics. I would be like, listen, what happened to you with those fucking turncoat snakes? What did those snakes do to you? Fucking oust you, bastards. And I reckon me and her, we would chat about just life and times, and we would get bitching, and I think we'd have a nice time.
Get all the gossip.
Like, I have a thing for older women. Like, I like older, you know what I mean? And not in a sexual way. You know, not that I'm saying older women are not sexual, because I'm sure plenty of them are, but it's just that they're on my wavelength. You know, I like sitting. Whenever I used to work with community groups, I loved nothing more than just going to a community house, sitting down with a cup of tea and a biscuit with some of the older ladies of the community and just having a gossip about what's going on. Now, should I have been there and work-related business? Yes. Did I end up just sitting there, you know, talking about all the gossip in the States? Yes. But did I enjoy it? Yes. And do I feel like I could have a good conversation with Arlene Phat? Yes. And I mean, do I agree with her politics? Yes. No. No, I don't. I don't. And my point is, what I have ascertained from looking at a lot of the posters in our North Down area, I don't think I'd vote for anyone at this stage. You know, I don't think I would. And that's what I'm struggling with. Now, again, the problem with it is, locally, you know, you can't, you know what, it's interesting because you've obviously well-known politicians like Alex Easton's running now. He used to be DUP, he left. I'd like to get him in and gossip and be like, listen, what happened there? You know, tell me. We'll see. What I also want to know about Alex Easton, he has got what I call the hairstyle, the reverse curtains. So, like, you know, normally curtains start here and go this way. Easton starts here and comes this way. Very sweet style, very unique, individual. I respect that. But yeah, I want to know the gossip. You know, again, and I mean this with only love in my heart. Alex, he's a lovely man, I'm sure. I probably won't vote for you. But you know what we should do? We should have our very own sly guy. You know what we'd have? You know, they have debates about all the parties. Like, the leaders will go on, they'll debate their policy, and they'll debate the manifesto, and they will debate the mandates and everything. I'll get them on. We'll not call it a debate, we'll call it a bitch fest. I'll come up and be like, just do your best bitching, tell me what you can do for me, you know, because ultimately, what do you want out of politicians? If this politician said to you, what's annoying you at the minute in the Kingdom of North Down, what would you say?
Too many roads coming into it.
Too many. I mean, wow, that's a big. So what you want to do is, like, you want to form a barricade to stop people entering. I like that.
Essentially,
you know what? I'll send archers to the border. Just fucking, if you don't have, and in fact, forget like Northern Irish license plates or Southern Irish license, North Down license plates. If you don't have a North Down license plate,
gold tinted ones,
done, out of here, skedaddle. You know what I mean? I like so. So when you say roads in, do you just mean, what do you mean?
Just whenever it's a nice day,
mm-hmm.
The amount of people that come into Bangor,
yeah,
and then you can't just enjoy Bangor on a nice sunny day because everybody is there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is a beautiful part of the world.
It is,
you know what I mean?
It's our part of the world.
True, it is our part of the world. And I was going to say, I'm not a snob. I was going to be like, you sound very snobbish there, Ben. I'm not a snob. I was going to say that out loud, that I'm not a snob, until I remember something my wife caught me doing recently, and I think I outed myself as a snob. She came in. Have I told you this?
Nope.
She came into our kitchen one day, and I was sorting through a cupboard and just doing a bit of organising, and there's some bags, like just, you know, plastic bags or whatnot. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm just sorting the bags out." You know, because, you know, nowadays you pay 25p for a bag. It's dear. I was sorting our bags, and what I without even thinking ended up doing was basically putting all the bags that weren't Marks and Spencer's bags in a pile to throw in the bin, and the only bags for life I were keeping were Marks and Spencer's bags. So wherever I would go, out of a Marks and Spencer's bag, and I realised that's kind of snobbery, isn't it? That's toffee. That I would only be saying. Now, would I go to Lidl? Yeah, because in Marks and Spencer's, you buy what you buy in Lidl and Marks and Spencer's, albeit none of it would taste as nice, but you buy the same stuff. In Marks and Spencer's, you're talking 130 quid. In Lidl, you're talking 12. So, I mean, sometimes, in times of austerity, you have to do it. But getting caught keeping the Marks and Spencer's bags was a real moment of me going, maybe I am a toff.
But you go into Lidl with your Marks bag, so you feel better about it?
Yes. And also, I show the people in Lidl what they could do if they had any self-respect.
You're just here for like a wee day trip.
I'd be like, listen, this is what you could have. Like, do you know, whenever Chris Tarrant and on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire would be like with a check for like 32 grand, be like, but we don't want to give you that. You know, that's what I'm like with my bags in Lidl. I'm like, listen, but we don't actually, no, I don't say we don't want to give you that. I say we don't want you in there. We don't want you guys in that store. So don't be going in. You know, you're not welcome. And again, maybe that's what we should do. get Archers on the border of North Down and get Archers on the border of Marks and Spencer's. Just
Some of the doors.
just listen, yeah. So if people try to like, because again, you know, God forbid, if you got like, you know, working class people trying to get into Marks and Spencer's, it would be like, you know, when all those like Proud Boys tried to storm the Capitol last year. Drama. But listen, if you're in North Down, everyone's welcome, but don't come here if you're not from there. That's all I'm saying. And again, like, there was something that you actually pointed out to me that made me go, like, you know, I love more than anything to be startled. I love to have my mind blown. You know, not just my mind blown, you know, other things too, but mainly my mind. And when you said to me, you're like, hey, why are the Green Party have so many election posters? Like, how many trees have been killed to make those election posters? I was like, whoa. I didn't even think about it. And here's the thing with the Green Party. And again, Green Party, only with love and respect for you and yours in my heart when I say this. Why are you killing trees? Nobody's voting for you. I'm sorry. I guess you're probably nice people, probably more normal, less sectarian and all, but hey, you'll never get in, unfortunately. And would I love to see it? Would I love to see the seeds of change? Yes. But unfortunately, we're going to get the fucking DUP, aren't we? Jeez. See, if you vote for the DUP, you know what you might as well say? I hate gay people. And don't isolate that clip, because that would be problematic.
Is that the title of the podcast?
Yes. But I think so many things the DUP do. It's so like, oh my God. I just can't fathom, right? Are younger people running for like posts in the DUP. What part of being a young person would you go, you know what I'd like to do when I'm older? I'd be like, what's that? I would like to join the DUP. I would like to hang around with 60-year-old people who believe the earth is 14 years old. You know, I want to hang around with people who don't believe that a man and a man should be together. That's like, what? Who cares about that sort of shit? You know what I mean? Stop our fucking petrol being 200 quid for like a litre. Do that. Get our fucking pay our bin men to empty our bins. Because you see that in the North Down region, they stopped emptying bins for a week and there's dog shit everywhere. Hate that. You know, worry about that. Get more jobs for people, fix the roads. Like, who gives a fuck about the colours of a flag or this or that? Who gives a fuck? I don't care about colours.
We starting to say,
pardon?
We starting to say David Elliott here for.
Listen,
you're gonna start putting posters up.
I tell you what would happen. You put a poster of me up, well then what someone would do is it would go to the most recent episode of my podcast and make any clip, and then I'm done. You know what I mean? Cancelled. You know, this is the beauty of this country. Here you can have people in public office basically being like, I don't believe a woman should be able to choose how to treat her own body. I don't think a gay man should marry a gay man. I think the earth is young. But I so much as use a fuck bomb or call somebody a nonce, and I'm terrible. You know, other politicians may or may not have been directly involved in, killing people to death in this country, but I'm bad. I'm terrible for offending people with words. This is the world we live in. You know, I have a good heart. Unfortunately, I have a good heart and a big mouth. I'm getting my fucking foot in that big mouth too often, but it is what it is, and I just hope. You know what I might do next week? Here's an idea. I'm going to go through. I'm going to. Next week's going to be the election special. How about that, Ben? The election special, the Slag High podcast. I'm going to take flyers in my local area, and I'm going to go through all their points, and I'm going to rate them. Next, write that down. That I need to get flyers for every candidate in my local area, and I'm going to go through it.
Rate and review.
Rate and review. There we are. And you know what we're going to do as well? Not only are we going to rate and review at a local level, we're going to go and look at some policies that the actual parties are pushing as well. So next week, you've heard it here first, is going to be the election special on the Slag Eye podcast election special. How does that make you feel, Ben?
Very excited.
Excited, not nervous, not like, oh no, he's going to do something, get in trouble.
It might be a very, very short podcast.
Yeah. You know what I hope happens? I hope that we end up getting freedom of speech like they have in America, so you can say whatever you want and no one can fucking do you for like libel or something, you know? That's what I say. Because this will come out. Like that guy Matthew you were talking about, you know, pouncing around in his fucking polo shirts with his flat, fabulous hair. I'll probably be like, I'm like, sometimes you say what you see. You know, it's like, if life was more like Roy Walker's catchphrase, you know, say what you see, if you see it, say it. The world would be a better place, wouldn't it?
Would be.
Anyway, I'm being too disrespectful. In fact, you know what? I'm not ready to stop. I'm not ready to stop being disrespectful, because you know what is? You know what's disrespectful, Ben? What is disrespectful is when you come here to a studio, you record a podcast, you work hard every week, and you repeatedly get things sent to you for other podcasts. And I'm sick of it. I've had enough. I am not a postman for other people getting gifts. Where are my gifts? Why don't people send me presents to this podcast? Why do I get fucking all these nice things for Shane Todd, who doesn't appreciate anything? He doesn't appreciate anything. And now to add insult to injury, this arrived in the post into my office. Is it for Shane Todd? No. Kieran Bartlett is getting parcels delivered to my office. Kieran Bartlett, 1L Studios, my production company, not his. No, and it's sent here to my office. And you know what? I've had enough stuff coming. Normally I bring them over and I'm like, there's your present, and they're all like, oh, I don't really want this, and I just throw it away with disrespect. See, if I got a present, I would open it with love only in my heart. Whereas, you know, this has come here. It's for Kieran Bartlett, but you know what? Hasn't been delivered to Kieran Bartlett. It's been delivered to me. So you know what? It's time to hit disrespect with disrespect and see if this is something like cyanide or like fucking anthrax or something. Kills me. Good problem. This is the official unboxing video of Kieran Bartlett's present, okay? So, is everything alright there?
Yep.
It's quite padded.
You should drop it and save it, how padded it is.
Not padded enough, clearly. So it's a bag with it's like bubbles in it. Let me see. Oh, there's a note. Hi, Kiri. I bet you if you're looking at this, you're going, Kieran Bartlett has never looked so good. Well, hi Kiri. Here are some Norwegian biscuits from Bergen, where I currently live. Think you might approve, or not. One is a Norwegian version of the mighty Cadbury Roundy, and the other is like a chalky hobnob. Also threw in some additional chocolate because, hey, why not? Keep up the good work. Loving the podcast. Cheers. William Palmer. Willie Palmer. Do you remember Willie Palmer from Boytown? Used to be a fan of that. Now you've changed your tune. This next letter for Kieran, isn't it? Enjoy. Willie Palmer. Let's see what chocolates you've got here. See it are biscuits. Send it. What have you ever sent me, Willie? Nothing. They're DUP biscuits. It looks like it says Brexit on it. Bixit. Havre. It's called Havre Jacks Bixit. So clearly Willie Palmer and Kieran are both major proponents of Brexit, both big supporters of Nigel Farage. This is a chocolate called Glady Deg Boroduchne, which, I mean, I don't know what is. This a chocolate? Do you want one, Ben?
I'm alright.
I'll have one. There you go, good man. And I say,
it's kind of like a Rolo that someone squished their finger in.
It looks like a roll, so I'm stinking. And last but not least is a biscuit called Sucklam. Is that chocolate off? Gross.
Tastes like Easter egg chocolate.
Tastes like shit. Willie, don't want them either. I'm sick of the disrespect. I'm sick of people. Those, what are Kieran's fans called? Gremlins? The gremlins and the teabaggers have disrespected me no more. Not only did I get invited on Kieran's podcast, he stuffs me, makes a fool of me in front of everybody, and then has biscuits sent to my office. It's not on. So Willie, hopefully you didn't pay too much postage and packaging, and you know it's disrespectful for you to send chocolates to my office. And it's also disrespectful for anyone. Somebody sent Shane like a load of artwork one day to me, and I brought it to him, and you know what he did? He opened it and was like, what do they want me to do with this? See if I could send artwork. You know what I would do? Put it up here. I would share it.
Is there anything you want that we could maybe do a call out and
anything? I want, I should be more like Kieran, because Kieran's just started recently going, just send me cash, and people start doing it. So, I don't want your cash. I want I don't want your cash. I want your love. I want your appreciation. I want you to subscribe to the video podcast. I want you to send me presents. And hey, Willie, I used to respect you. I used to think you were a good guy. But clearly, you are more interested in tea and biscuits than you are with quality banter. So, you know what I think you should do? Stay in Norway, because I'm going to get your passport revoked. I'm going to report you to the PSNI. I'm going to say there were drugs in that package, and I'm going to get you deported forever from your home country. So, and you know what? I've never thought of this before. I've always had a lot of respect for Willie Palmer, but Willie Palmer sounds like something you would describe having a wank as. I'm having a wee Willie Palmer here. Oh, is what it is. Cheers to the biscuits. They're gross. Don't care. And Kieran, you're not getting them, so stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah. Anyway, I've been disrespectful enough for one day. Rest in peace, Doc Cotton. Oh, Jim. Oh, Doc Cotton died at 95 years old. Sad day, innit? What time is it there? How long have we been talking? Oh no, we've another half an hour to go? Yep. Or about that? Sweet, happy days. You know what's gross? That fucking chocolate. I wish I hadn't tasted it now.
Yeah, if anyone can do better than that chocolate, feel free to.
But you know what? Here's a better idea. Listen, I'm a physique guy. I know I'm on a diet. I don't want disgusting chocolates. It tastes like shit. If I'm going to break my diet, it's got to be good stuff. Send me some nice ham. Send me like big, thick, cooked hams.
Because that famously travels well.
Yeah, listen, send me ham. Send me whatever you want. What should we start? Here's an idea. What should we start collecting? We should start collecting and putting stuff here and we'll do something like that. And then we can do that. If people want to know what the address is, send it to one of our studios, because all our fucking shit comes to me. I'll get it. Unbelievable.
We should have a think about what we want and what we could.
Money? We just collect pound coins.
We could do like pile of money.
Yeah. No, that's Kieran does that as well. He's the money, the coin guy with his magnets and all. He sits there, he eats biscuits, and he collects coins, which, to be fair, I do respect. But yeah, I don't want biscuits, especially gross biscuits. I just want artwork. I want people to draw pictures of me and send it to me, and I want them to draw you, and I want them to send me just artwork and presents. Whatever the presents are, I'll appreciate. And notes, send me letters. I appreciate that too. There you have it. Listeners' questions. Laura Bradley has asked me what my favourite conspiracy theory is. Yeah, I'll tell you what my least favourite conspiracy theory is. The conspiracy theory that Kieran and Shane's podcast studio is my podcast studio. That's the worst, because when you know what the worst feeling is? See, when you come into your work, you come in every week, you come up here, you try to give people a laugh, you try to make their day a little bit brighter, you try to enlighten them with some inspiration. You come up to your office, you see a little package, you think to yourself, I'm appreciated. You turn around and says Shane Todd on it, and you go, disgusting. If ever there's a guy that doesn't appreciate gifts, it's him. He gets too many gifts. He doesn't appreciate them, and they go to waste. See, if I got a gift, I'd appreciate it. Kieran Bartlett's another one. I said to him, there's a package that's arrived here for you, and you know what he said to me? Fuck off, Dave. And I went, wow. Offended. That's conspiracy theory here. Now, I don't really know too many conspiracy theories. Can you pull up some, Ben, and tell me sort of some of the more interesting conspiracy? None of these like ones like Area 56 or whatever it is. Area 69 is actually what I refer to my bedroom as. No, it's not, obviously. It's a joke. 'Cause I'm fucking married. Anyway,
Yep. So one is that the Killer Clowns of 2016 were originally a promotion for It, but it got out of hand.
Huh. You know what it was? Shit. Like, now see when people call them killer clowns, false advertising. They're just guys dressed as clowns, standing being freaking weirdos. See, if they were killer clowns, they'd be cutting people's throats. They didn't do that, did they?
No.
No.
To
So
be fair.
read this
To be
conspiracy.
fair,
But you know what? The world's already descending into chaos. People should start murdering people more.
it's another
There's a
thing to add
conspiracy
here.
for you.
Campaign. The trend that you show a picture of yourself 10 years versus like now, so 10 years ago, was basically by Facebook in order to train artificial intelligence to be able to recognize how people age.
Yeah. Well,
That's an interesting theory.
well, didn't people say that's what that? You know what? The good old age app. Remember, like there was an app that like, really made people age really well. That was apparently so people would take photos of themselves. So like Russia would be able to get your face and details, but Russia's kind of fucked on because all they have is Burger King and it's shit. So, you know, it is what it is. Any more of these over there? You're a real conspiracy guy today. Are these ones you know, or have you just googled them?
I just googled these ones.
Right. Okay. Carry on.
They all got a wee bit shit there. So
I mean, to be fair, if they're getting shit after you just told me two of the shittest conspiracy theories I've ever heard in my life, that must be the shittest of all
well, you
time.
didn't want the Area 51 one, which
No.
I was kind of banking on there.
Yeah, what area?
Oh, here we go.
Uh-huh.
Chemicals in the water are turning people gay.
I mean, hey, listen.
You drink a lot of water, to be fair.
I'm hydrated. You know what I'm saying? I am a hydrated guy, and you know, I think it's less the water that I drink makes me gay, and more the gallons of spunk. But hey, there's a conspiracy for you, and I hope you enjoy it. What do you think about that? I just got a text there from like a work related source, and I was going to say, oh, it'd be fun to work. I'll never work with him again after what I've just said there, but hey, it is what it is. So like the water's turning people gay.
Yeah.
DUP believe you can turn people straight if you are gay. You know, they believe like conversion therapy. It's like, you know, I did a sketch about that a few years ago, which by the way was one of the most underrated sketches of all time. Great sketch filmed in this very room. It was basically just was like, what conversion therapy is clearly so stupid. Like, do you believe in conversion therapy, don't you?
Pardon?
You believe in conversion therapy? Like, you believe if you're gay you can be turned back to being not gay?
Just gotta stop drinking that water.
Yeah, there you go. Just basically dehydrate yourself, and then you'll be dehydrate equals straight. There you go. There's an idea. But yeah, I do think like conversion therapy is a weird thing. You know, obviously you're not gay. Well, I'm a gay man. Nope, not a gay man. Look at some ditties. No, don't do it for me. Well, then I don't know what else to do. That's kind of it. But yeah, I think that's one that's interesting. Now, what are they putting into the water? Like if it's poppers, I'd believe it.
Surprisingly enough, they don't go into anything apart from, oh, you just put chemicals in the water.
Like, I love the way conspiracy theories do that. They're like, by the way, fucking the water's making them gay. What's in it? I don't know. Just is.
They put the theory out there for you then to have to challenge it.
But you know what's funny? Any conspiracy theorists ever, they come out afterwards and be like, I've done my research. And you'd be like, oh really, mate? What's your research? Googling the opinion that you have, which therefore brings information up. Which is like on Twitter. You know when you go on Twitter and like, fuck all this and that. You only follow people on Twitter that you want to follow. Do you know what I mean? And then it kind of comes back on you again. Do you know what I mean? So if you're following people you want to follow and you're seeing the things you want to see, you're building a narrative that supports your opinions on things. So if you're a conspiracy theorist that believes all that shit, you're going to have sorcerers of evil powers. You're going to have sources of the same kind of material that you're believing in that's adding weight to your whether it's false or not opinion. So that's why I think that's bullshit. Any others?
This is quite a popular one. Avril Lavigne
Is a fucking ride.
was replaced by a clone called Melissa.
Well, I mean, hey, there's something for me. Avril Lavigne and Melissa together That's new fantasy for me, because Avril Lavigne is a favourite of mine, which might cause me trouble because my wife was like, I don't mind that you fancy Kelly Brook because she's kind of similar to me in terms of she's got like, you know, dark hair, dark eyes, whatever, whereas Avril Lavigne's a, you know, blonde hair, blue hair girl, but I fancy her for my little prepubescent boy, so hey, you know, no harm in that. And why is Avril Lavigne being replaced by Melissa? Is there any reason for that, or?
I think she passed away in 2003.
Oh,
and they
no.
obviously wanted to keep things going, so they just replaced her.
That's so sly, because I was like in my head thinking there's going to be 2 Avril Lavignes there, but that's kind of taking a dark turn. Just, it's not even like Melissa Lavigne, is it just straight up Melissa?
Just Melissa.
There you have it, Melissa. That's weird. And what your face is screwed up there. Do you have another one for us?
Yeah, April is a government's blood sacrifice season.
And hey, the good news is it's April 4th, so let's see. Like, so what exactly is blood sacrifice season? I'll tell you what, I would pay pay-per-view for blood sacrifice season.
It's just apparently when the government just performs sacrifices
Of course.
and they disguise them as tragedies.
So
I mean,
expect there to be some kind of tragedies in April.
like some sort of
I mean,
wars
what I
and things.
would say that sort of debunks that a little bit would be September the 11th, the July bombings, you know, things that have happened in months that aren't April. They're 2 that's just sprung to mind that aren't not April.
Yeah,
So
fair.
that's that debunked. Any others?
Prince Charles is a vampire.
Okay, and why would you say? I mean, Prince Philip, yes, I believe, because he lived till he was like 714.
People seem to believe that he's a descendant of Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah,
He was the inspiration behind Bram Stoker's Dracula.
yeah, Vlad the Impaler was a pretty sly guy from all accounts. And I mean, to be fair, Prince Charles has the attributes of a vampire in that he sucks the fucking taxpayer dry to live his lavish lifestyle, a big tough wanker.
And then this is going back to the
Mhm.
kind of people make a theory out of nothing.
Yes.
He was in Romania's National Tourist Office ad, claimed Transylvania is in my blood, and then later joked about being a descendant of Vlad the Impaler, so everyone was like, that's it, checks out.
Yeah, Vlad the Impaler. Does he have another name? Was Vlad the who's
Melissa.
the other? Pardon?
Melissa.
Vlad the Impaler, aka Melissa. Vlad the Impaler was killed in battle and was replaced by Melissa. Well, that's pretty strange. Imagine, but you know what? As mental as this is, imagine all these were true and we were all like scoffing at them and they're actually true. And like, I'd see if I ever get to meet Avril Lavigne, I'm going to say to her, I'll be like, Melissa. If she goes like this, I'll know the truth.
Caught her out.
Yeah. But that's it. Vlad the Impaler. There was a guy, a murderer, and he was awful. I mean, any murderer is awful, but he was a guy, like, how was he? The original serial killer. I mean, it's a great moniker to have. Original serial killer, and he like killed boys and ate them. Killed boy. I mean, why is this going in my Google search? Original serial killer, killed boys, ate them. Not Albert Fish or Jeffrey Dahmer. It's Albert Fish is a gross guy. Gilles de Rais, that's who it is. They say he was inspiration and I didn't even look that up. I'm going to just delete this now. Remove original serial, killed boys and ate them from my searches. You know what else is a funny search in my Google search? Ulster Hall, Dave Elliott, egomaniacal. So yeah. Gilles de Rais did an episode of Serial Killing, a podcast about him. He's a pretty casual guy. Let me see. Yes, I've got some work coming in. Ooh, love it. Any more sweet conspiracies for me to go on?
Barack Obama could control the weather.
So Barack Obama is Storm from the X-Men. I mean, that would be something I'd be keen to see.
Apparently people start thinking he made Hurricane Sandy. Like he engineered it.
Yeah,
Don't think personally, I think he just had
was it Trump who was going to like shoot missiles in to like disperse meteor storms or something, or was that Kim Jong-un? I mean, both casual guys. And then give me one last good one, and then we'll just chop off these conspiracy theories.
the moon does not exist.
Whoa, that's an gnarly one. So what is just a big lump of fucking Leerdammer or something up there?
I think they think it's a hologram. I mean, that's some technology going back all those.
Yeah, because
years.
I mean, that lays us to the fact that, I mean, here's the thing: I've seen the moon, so it's there. Whether it's a hologram or not, I don't know. And I've seen the moon. I've been in a few states in my time, in America, and I've been in a few continents. I've been in Europe, I've been in Africa, been in North America. I believe that's actually the only continents I've been on. So not that many, 3, but each continent I've been on, I've seen the moon.
Did it look different? Did the hologram follow you?
No, bizarrely, what I did see was Barack Obama with a wand trying to like make clouds block the moon. So
the only thing is,
pretty strange.
If the moon was a hologram,
yeah,
you can bet that somebody would hire out for like sponsorship deals.
Yeah,
the moon brought to you by Tesla.
True. Yeah, I mean Tesla would for sure sponsor the moon. But yeah, Naomi Mitchell has, once again, we're going to start paying Naomi actually, because she always brings content every week and stories. Now I want to say off the bat, I've just clicked on this story. Ben, you're going to have to put her across her knee and give her a scalp, because this story is old. It's 2002, like that's 20 years old. Let me see, it's giving me, oh no, I can't even open it because Naomi, you've done me in here. It's the Telegraph, they make me want to start a trial, so I can't read the story. But what she said is, first we kill them, then we have biscuits and tea, which is exactly what I'd do if I were to ever get Arlene Foster on this podcast. Not kill her, we would kill some people and then have biscuits and tea. Probably kill the DUP because, obviously she's got a vendetta against them and I'm just her mate, so. Robin McElveen's asked me what my favourite ice lolly is. Is Percy the pear picking pork and pig something, or Percy the pear picking porker? Is that something? Or am I just entirely making all the words that start with P together?
I think you've kind of mixed a lot together.
Percy the pear pork and Percy the pear pork and pig. Percy the pickled pear pork and pig. No. Brr. I don't know. Would you classify like ice lollies as
pear
like ice cream?
Porky.
The pear picking porky. Why did I get Percy the pear pork and pig from?
Because you're thinking of Percy Pig from M&S.
Of course, I mean obviously I'm thinking of Marks and Spencer's. But an ice lolly, would you allow me as the adjudicator to have cream on my ice lolly, like an ice cream lolly, or would you say it has to be an ice only lolly? Because then again, I would probably say a white Magnum would be my favourite ice lolly.
Could have a coating of cream, but not the inside.
So like a Twister then? It's got a bit of cream
exactly
wrapped around it. But then, so what about like I like a Feast. It was always one of my favourite ice lollies, but it's kind of like ice cream, but it's not cream. You know what I mean? It's more icy. A Feast with chocolate inside it.
Yeah, but it's chocolate centre.
Yeah.
That's the
so
difference.
It's okay. So a Feast
I will let
passes.
that one pass.
What about, what else I quite like? I like, here's another one because there's no stick on it. Does it count? A Calippo? It's a nice, but is it a lolly or is it a tube of... Jesus Christ, what sort of questions are these today, Robin?
I say a Calypso would count.
Yeah, a cola Calypso is the best. It's pretty.
Especially when you get the bottom of it and all melts.
Yeah. You know what I used to love to do? I mean, you can judge me as a child or not. I used to get it just popping so it would slip in and out like this. Then I would go as far as to lure people in to look at it. I squeeze it, shoot it and hit them up the face and be
not much has changed then.
I did that to my granny, 90-year-old granny, just knocked her off a fucking deck chair and then claimed her inheritance. Boing. Good old times. But yeah, I'm gonna say fuck you and I'm gonna stay with a Magnum. I don't care. Or a Feast. I'm a beast with a Feast. Chris Reesey has said, what's your worst phrase / word slang that you hear people use? I can't stand fellas saying broer. Feck away off and jump off. You know what? Broer's starting to annoy me now too. Like it's like broer. Alright, broer. Broer. I hate when people call me son. I always retort son with calling them dad back. Be like, alright son, I doing well, dad, how are you? You know what I mean? Daddy scares them more. But it is what it is. Phrases that annoy me nowadays, I hate when people say like my guy or my dude. You know, it just sounds phonetically weird. Hello, my guy. Hello, my dude. Are you a robot? Are you my guy, my dude? What are you doing, my dude? You know, my dudes, my guys. I am a robot, or I am on something else that rhymes with rectum. You know, it just sounds weird to me. Like the guys don't belong unless you have prisoners, male prisoners kept in a room. Don't refer to anyone as my guys or my guy. Like, what does my guy mean? If I say to you, hello, my guy, that's just terrible English. You know what I would say to you if I was addressing you and I didn't know you? Good day, sir.
Hello, you,
yeah, not gentleman. My dude or my guy. You know what? I hate Belfast specific. What are you laughing at? You look the Arsenal score.
I googled my man as in like my guy, meaning a patronising form of address to a man.
My man. All right, my man. Like the people who use my man, my dude, my guy would be people who would work in Bajam, which is not nice, Bebe Adriano. So there you have it. I don't like Belfast slang sayings and sayings that like people like see whenever people start like they say a phrase and then all of a sudden it appears on a t-shirt and people are like, I have to buy that. Why? Because it says, do you think I came up lagging in a bubble? No, I think you were dropped on your head as a baby. I think your parents have inadvertently lobotomized you because you're a thick twat. You're a gorged fanny. There's something. A thick twat, an engorged fanny. That's what you are. Dude, you know, fuck me. That's us now. I don't mind, oh, that's us now. But I don't like, that's us now. Fucking learn to speak, right? You, oh my god, you grade 3. Oh, Casey's 3 level twat. That's us now. Yeah.
Would you like to know 20 mad Belfast
probably not
phrases? It's
probably fucking going to annoy him, but you've already said it now, so you may as well.
Gurn.
Gurn,
like to complain.
Hold on, let me say. Tell me what the title was of this article, please, Ben.
20 mad Belfast slang phrases that only make sense to locals.
20 mad Belfast phrases that only make sense to hear. And the first one's what? Gurn? Is that a phrase or a word? It's a word. It's not a phrase. Gurn. Gurn's a fucking stupid. I'm gurning now because it's fucking stupid. Now what's next? Please tell me there's a phrase, and if you're going to say something like melted, I'm going to be pissed off.
Boggin.
Another what? It's not a phrase. Boggin is what this fucking list is. Boggin. Whatever stupid editor signed off on this. Oh, tell me more. Just get this over. I'm actually. Is my face turning pink?
A wee bit.
Like badly?
Same colour as your top.
Oh my god. You know what I've just realised? Anytime I wear this top I get fucking furious. I wore this when I did No Blasters and I was so furious on that podcast. And now I'm furious again.
Next one is sure this is it.
Sure this is it? Never heard that in my life.
No.
Sure this is it.
Basically means you're right.
Sure this is it. Right, just keep rattling
Next
through.
Next one is a classic Northern Ireland. Like Northern Ireland.
I hate that. I hate Northern Ireland because people say it as if we're good banter, and see anyone that uses these phrases, not good banter.
Oh, them Buck Egypt.
Buck Egypt.
Buck Egypt.
You're a Buck Egypt. Yeah, that's okay. That's a phrase I'll accept.
This is one I use too much. Wee.
Like you're going for a wee, or your dick's wee, or this wee bag for your wee something or other in your wee hands. Not that you have wee hands.
Wee pet. Wee love.
Wee pet.
Wee
love.
Everything.
Are you a granny? I use this phrase too much. Wee pet, wee love. Wee booty.
In work, I'll be like, what's your wee name there? And you know
what I said whenever I used to work? I said, what's your name, cunt? That's what I used to say, and people often just hung up on me. And that's why I do this for a living now. Any more?
Bite ye. That's a fairly standard one.
Bite ye. Bite ye.
Up the high dough.
Up the high dough. That if you do that camp, I don't mind that so much. Oh Jesus Christ, I'm up the high dough.
A score.
20 quid.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's okay.
Baltic.
Not a phrase, it's a word.
Banjaxed.
Not a phrase, it's a word.
Foundered.
Again.
So it is.
So it is.
Number 6 is a good one.
What do you mean?
Mummy.
Oh mummy. What annoys me, oh my god, is when people don't say oh mummy. They say oh, and then they say a place just outside Dungannon, Moy. They go oh Moy, oh Moy. Well, I hate when people can't say words. That's what annoys me. See when people can't actually say words. Another one thing that people say in Belfast that fucking annoys me. How do you pronounce this word? It's spelled H-O-W.
How?
Not har. Har are you? Har about that. There's no R in it. It's how. It's not har nar brown car. It's fucking how now brown cow. And if you say anything else, you're a prick. Right? Tell any more of these stupid sayings. Where'd this article come from? What website?
Ireland Before You Die.
Yeah, well, you know what? I wish I would die right now because this fucking article's so shit.
Next one is Dead On.
Dead on. That's not what I've been in this episode, but we'll not worry. What's...
Next one is That's Us Now. We'll leave that one there.
My face. I actually feel my face heating up.
Next one. Simple. Just a simple you.
Don't mind that, but it's not a phrase.
Number 2 is quite a good one. Dander.
That's a word. A phrase would be, we are going on a dander. No. Here's a phrase for you. Aye. It's not a phrase, it's a fucking statement.
The very last one's pretty good.
Pretty good, okay, let's see.
Here's me why.
Oh my god. I hope Russia drops a fucking nuke on us and we all die. I hope what Stephen Nolan predicted was true. I hope Russia shoot a nuke up, and I hope it lands in City Hall, and I hope it wipes out everything, because that is embarrassing. Here's me, wah. But what does that mean? Here is me. What? Oh my god, is that it? Please tell me that's the end of this. I don't want to do this anymore. You're actually torturing me.
Here's me why basically just means what or pardon.
Say that then, it's shorter. It's like, you know another phrase I hate? I'm going to chillax. Why would you say chillax? Relax is the same amount of syllables and chill is shorter. I'm just going to chillax. Yeah, I hope you chillax to death. Please tell me that's it. Please just stop this. We need to move on.
And there's another list, but
I don't want to know.
I don't think you can cope anymore.
What is the other list?
This is from Belfast Live. You want me to just rattle through it?
Rattle through it, and I'm just not going to say until you finished it.
Wind your neck in. Good crack. Do you think I came up the lagging in a bubble? Bluttered.
Uh-huh.
Were you born in a field? That's us now. Melters. Slabbering. A wee dander. Not a child in the house washed. Quit your gurning.
Did I say not a chav in the house wash?
Not a child.
Alright. I thought I say not a chav in the house wash, which is true because a lot of chavs don't wash, dirty bastards, or clean their teeth for that matter.
And then foundered. A gravy ring.
A gravy ring's your arsehole, is it?
Ring donut, apparently.
Alright, oops. Well,
Wrong list.
oops. Oh wow.
And so I am, or so I did.
I feel like I've gone really. I feel like I've gone really red out of annoyance here. I think we need to just stop. Next question. Chris Reesy, fuck you, because you've got me annoyed there. You've really gone damn done it. Stevie J has asked me what's my favourite takeaway in Bangor and the best pint of Guinness in Bangor. The best takeaway is Phat Bastrd burger. That's the best burger for sure. The best pizzas in Bangor, Mana Pizza, I would recommend. The best Chinese, I'm going to say the Swan, not a million miles away from you.
The Swan, literally behind where I live.
Yeah. Do you like the Swan?
We would go there if we want like a dirty Chinese, as in
excuse me? In 2022 you're saying what?
As in a Chinese that is just fired on. There's no kind of niceties with it. It's just your general just Chinese.
Yeah, well, I got a special chow mein from there. I spoke about in the podcast with Aaron Butler earlier that I have not been able to shit for the last 3 days, and it's been a struggle.
Did you pick it up?
No, I got delivered.
Okay.
Why?
Their seats are hilarious.
All right, well, I know it well because I call around to the Spar sometimes there.
It's good to call in.
So where do you go if you're not going to the Swan? If you don't want a dirty Chinese, what sort of?
We want a fancy Chinese. Grancher Road. Gays and Grancher Road.
Sorry.
Gays.
So you just started saying you've got dirty Chinese, and now you get food made by the gays on Grancher Road.
Yep.
Yeah, and what did the gays on Grancher Road give you?
Well, they just kind of make it all nice and fancy.
Oh, right, okay. I mean, I'm looking forward to the next time I fancy a bit of a fancy Chinese to go to the gays on the Grancher Road. I must say I like Tuk Tuk, which is a Thai spot. And I mean, I don't know what the sexual orientation of the people that work there, but they make pretty tasty food. We've been through the Chinese. What about Indians?
We would go to Chili's, which I told you about a few days ago, and you'd never heard of it, even though it's right across from.
I'd heard of Chili's, but to me, Chili's is like a kebab place. No, like I would see a big, way in kebab they just compress all the fat and all, and just make it into a big fucking gravy ring of fake meat, the kebabs thing.
No, I think it's pretty good.
All right. Well, I've not tried Chili's before. I like yaks, but it's Nepalese. You tried the other night, didn't like it. You got the wrong food. I hate to sound like Donald Trump again, but you got the wrong food. It's not like Donald Trump. This today I speak. That's a terrible impression. The worst yet. I don't like it. It's disgusting. And what other food do we have? We've been through burgers, burritos. Of course, BB Adriano's is the best there.
That's pretty much it.
Italians. Taste of Italy's quite nice on the road out of Bangor. What's it called? I don't even know. Abbey Road or some shit, probably. Maybe not. Who knows? Belfast Road. That's what it's fucking called. Duh. Also, if we're talking, like, I'm a coffee guy, and Bangor's got a lot of good coffee houses in there. You know what? I want to call somebody else out as well. I want to call out Eileen and Ann's Burger Revolution, who do nice burgers, but I'm calling them out because they don't follow me on social media for some reason. So, beef with you guys. Until you follow me again on social media, I'm never going to eat from you again. Just out of principle, because I'm stubborn. I'm the sly guy, and that's what we do. But yeah, your food is delicious. But listen, I'm protesting. But I like coffees, and I want to give a shout out to two coffee places in Bangor that I like to go to. I like to visit Starbucks and Tim Hortons.
Are they local? They're like local?
Yeah, Tim Hortons actually a guy from Grantia, and he just is really specialised in Canadian food. No, but really the Bearded Goat and Cargo are two places I like to go for my coffee. Oh, and shit on a bed and buck me in it. The best breakfasts in Bangor, the Starfish Cafe, the Kernburn Lodge. Would recommend. 10 out of 10, the best breakfast. Also, since I'm just fucking shouting out places I like to go, Jamaica Inn and the Esplanade, worth a pop in. They're not takeaways, but they're great spots. I love them. You'll see me there the whole time. And you know what I will say to you, never approach me when I'm with my family, or I'll fucking bite you in the neck. I'll Prince Charles you in your neck. I will vampire you in your penis if you come near me and I'm with my family. Last question, Brock, brother. That's Hulk Hogan. I don't know why I did that. What's your come dine with me menu? Hashtag sly guy. Fucking scallops, mussels, or camembert of some description as a starter. Main course, we're going to go Italian. I'm going to make Elliot's house pasta, which, by the way, I literally call that. And for dessert, I'm making a fucking Malteser cheesecake, aren't I? But my personal favourite is a banoffee. So that is what it is. This has been another fun podcast. I feel like this is a big cancelable episode. I feel like there's been a lot of things said, and I don't give a fuck. If you're a politician and you want to be elected, holler at your boy and come on for a chat and we'll have a good time. Ben, do you have anything else we need to plug this week or give a shout out to? Subscribe, rate and review the podcast, and please subscribe to YouTube. If you haven't already, get on Patreon, because you know what, you're missing out on a lot of fun times. And if you haven't already, go and get some Chinese from the gays on the Grancher Road. Take care. See you next week.
I'm the sly guy.